Hey guys, Dr. Decks here. I thought it'd be cool if I introduced the man behind the camera. And also, he is my son. His handle is DJ Studio Man. Different on different various platforms. DJSM?
DJ Studio Man's usually.
So give him a follow, check him out. He's the reason why all this is happening, because I certainly don't have time to create the content that we've been sharing with you guys. So I think it's important that you realize that he's the dude. This is the guy that's making it happen. Not only is he cutting all the video, he's editing everything, adding the effects, adding the audio, and some of the audio, or most of the audio he adds, is his own creation. So there's a lot that goes into all that, you know, has nothing to do with building decks. And that's why I brought Calvin in, because not only is he a great audio engineer and videographer, he's also my son. So his real name is Calvin Russell, and you can call him whatever you want, you know, but DJSM, we call him DJ Studio Man. And we thought that it'd be cool if we introduced him and gave you a little bit of a backstory on Calvin. So,
Born in Tacoma, born and raised.
In 1994.
94, I'm 24 currently.
24. Almost 25 in a month and a half.
Yeah, I don't like it.
You don't like that?
No.
Why not?
It feels like yesterday I was like 13.
Basically, Calvin, you know, went to school. He decided that he wanted to pursue a music career. And so we applied at Musicians Institute in Hollywood, California, and he was accepted there. So we got Calvin got his GED a year early.
Yeah, by choice.
By choice.
Yeah.
So we wanted him to, you know, at least have the equivalent of a high school diploma before he furthered his career. So he was pretty young to go to California and live on his own, had his own apartment, and was all responsible about all that stuff. So.
In the middle of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even joking, like the heart.
It smelled like urine. Like it was just like pee hole.
It was terrible in some ways.
But then in other ways it was really cool. And I think it gave Calvin a great outlet to grow.
Yeah, so I graduated MI, and I had two decisions. It was to stay in LA or come back home, and I basically chose to come back home. For whatever reason.
From then, that point, we acquired a shipping container that Calvin uses as his studio. We took the summer, he took all his money, all his birthday money, all this stuff, and during the summer we built out and framed up this really cool studio space for Calvin. So it's separate from the house. It's a container that sits next to the house. It's on its own 50 amp circuit, has a mini split on it, so he can keep it cool in the summer and keep it warm in the winter. It's not a huge space, but it's enough for him to create the quality audio that he needs to do, record vocals and different bands, instruments, all that stuff. So he's been doing that for a few years. And then recently, I convinced Calvin to come on board with Dr. Decks for 3 days a week. He comes and films, but you know, he's working 5 days a week because he's editing the video, he's working at night, he's adding content, and then all the little special effects that you see, if you guys watch the videos, that's all him. And it's all his creativeness. It has nothing to do with me. I just am the vessel here, and he's the creator. So give him a shout. And you know what, man, drop a comment. Let us know what you guys think about this stuff, because we're kind of new to the whole YouTube thing. We don't know what we should be putting out, or are these videos too long? Are they too short? Are they good enough? Are we explaining ourselves enough? Do you want more content from him? Do you want him to interject more? Because Calvin has more of a...
I don't know anything about deck building,
right.
So I don't know what's going on 90% of the time.
Right, so he's not like, he's not the up-and-coming Dr. Decks, okay? That's never going to be Calvin. That's not what his jam is. And I respect and I get that. So for him, this, even videography, man, I've been asking him for years. It's like, dude, I need a hand with this. Finally, it just all clicked. Like, I have this really powerful thing on Instagram that I'm really proud of, and I worked really hard at, and that was all me creating that stuff. But for me to go to the next level and do something like this, I had to have somebody with some skills that knew my vision. And see, Calvin has had his own YouTube channels with several thousand followers or subscribers. And so I've taken his knowledge and used his wisdom, which is kind of funny. I'm almost 50. He's half my age. But I'm learning from him. And that's one thing about being a good business owner, a good deck builder, or whatever it is that you do, is that you can learn no matter what the age difference is or who the person is. If they got something good, man, pay attention. I try to pull from him everything I can and make lots of considerations. And that's one of the beautiful things about this relationship is that, I'm sure there's days where Calvin doesn't want to come shoot, but he's there at 10 a.m. Boom. Every single time. On point, on time, ready to go.
And you mentioned it's 3 days a week. That's kind of why you missed some of the details.
Right. We it's not in my budget right now to have Calvin full-time 5 days a week on scene on the job site. And I think I'd be pulling him away from his true passion if I requested that of him. So that could be a futuristic thing. I don't know. If we get to 100,000 subscribers, then we'll talk. But right now we've got
600 some.
600 and something. So, like I said, we're in our infancy here. I think for the amount of subscribers we have, Calvin is putting out such great content. It's just unfortunate that more people aren't seeing it. So hopefully, they can go back and review some of this stuff as we put it out. So how do you feel that this whole thing's going so far, Calvin, with this video stuff? This is, again, new to us. So
it's new to him more. I kind of eventually saw the vision just because, I've been on YouTube since, 2007, 2008, and I've watched it grow and change and all this other stuff, and I've seen what people are doing these days, and finally it just clicked in my head. I think I know how this might work. I'm still figuring it out, but...
Well, one thing that I think that helped is we obtained the proper camera that we're using and audio gear, right?
I mean, that's part of it, but I'm trying to tell a narrative first and foremost. The gear, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, but it is, what you're seeing is finally kind of where, alright, I'm getting to where I think it should be. The gear has helped, yes.
So for those that want to know, we're shooting on a Panasonic GH5, and we're recording with a Rode boom mic, and I don't know the model. No, not a boom mic.
It's a Rode Video Mic Pro Plus.
That's what I meant to say. That. And the lens is a...
The lens is a Olympus 12 to 100 millimeter.
It's a pretty sweet lens. And then Calvin did some research, and he put a...
Since we're outside a lot, there's going to be the sun, and it's cloudy a lot of the time, so we decided to get a variable neutral density filter, just to kind of, we're sitting outside right now, we wouldn't be able to do this without it right now.
I'm about to not be able to do it anyways because the sun's out, man, and I'm cooking. I think I'm starting to sweat. See, we have this crystal rail up around us, so we're not getting a whole lot of wind through here. So it's just a little warm, but I'm sure the sun looks good this way for this angle we're at. I don't know. Ask him. This ain't my jam. I've tried to do video. I've tried it, man. It is so hard. If you people if you've never tried it, I mean, some people can do it on an iPhone, whatever, great. But if you're trying to step it up a notch, it's not as easy as you think it is. You got to have a dedicated person to do this stuff and to make it happen. A little bit more about Calvin.
So first and foremost, I'm a musician, and then I'm an audio engineer, and then I'm a videographer, photographer, whatever. So that's it in order. And I started out playing the drums. That was almost 12 years ago now. The drums kind of sparked more interest towards actual songwriting, so I got interested in guitar, which by proxy made me into bass. Over the years, I've transitioned from drums being my main instrument to guitar. That's mainly what I do now. I write songs. I consider myself a guitarist, not a drummer anymore.
You have a SoundCloud account, right?
Yeah.
Where do people go to find your music?
So, a bit about me and my music. I started with heavy metal. I still do like it. More recently, I'm moving into different places, but it's not around yet. There's gonna be a very serious release from me in the near future, I'm hoping. But all of my stuff, should you be interested, is on my SoundCloud. And it's just SoundCloud. Search for DJ Studio Man. I'm the only one on there that's named that, so if you want to check out some older stuff, just stuff I've thrown out there throughout the years, then check that out. Okay, so some people are wondering, I think, that what I use to edit the videos. I use Adobe Premiere CC. That's my main video editor. And then I've been getting more into After Effects. You've probably seen some more crazy edits recently. Trying to learn that, get good at that. It's way harder than Premiere though. That's what I've been using for years and years now. So I'm just comfortable in it. There's no other reason.
Anything else?
Not that I can think of.
So if you have any other questions for Calvin or DJ Studio Man, don't forget to comment down below. So please leave your comments for us. We'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'm glad you got to know Calvin a little bit better. You can check his handle out at DJ Studio Man. He's on Instagram, on YouTube, and through SoundCloud. And if you like what you saw, please click that subscribe button. And if you want to be notified every time we're putting out fresh content, click the bell icon as well. Thank you very much and have a great day.